This video is sponsored by Mistplay. Hello everyone, welcome back to Royalty Soaps. I thought it would be fun to film our intro in my mother's garden. Fun to just change it up a little bit. We're actually going to have two videos this week, one today and one on Friday, because we are moving this month's soap release, the Island Vibes collection, to Friday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. For those of y'all who've watched Royalty Soaps a long time, you know we used to do our release on Fridays. It worked for a lot of people, and tons of people have made the request for us to go back, and so that's what we're going to do. So set your alarm so you don't forget, and don't worry, I'll remind you on Instagram as well. Today's soap is my favorite soap of the entire collection. It is inspired by coral reefs. Is it reefs? Reefs? What's the plural? A coral reef, more than one. We have soap frosting embeds. We have glycerin soap embeds. We made the use of those succulent molds that I have around for our succulent planter soap. And so without further ado, let's get to soap making. Okay, let's get started on what I hope will be my favorite soap of the month. And how now shall we begin? With our lye water solution, of course. Pour a little sodium lactate in there. Can you add sodium lactate to your oils? Yes. Can you add it to your soap at Trace? Yes. But I like to add it into my lye water solution because I'm a lazy soap maker. And because sodium lactate is water soluble, so I just know it gets good and incorporated if I add it straight to there. Do you have to use sodium lactate with this recipe? Absolutely not. It'll be fine without it. It just helps my bars harden up faster. Let's blendin' timin'. Beautiful. Let's pour off a little bit so we can make our first coral. I am going to do this in bright colors just because I think that's fun. Also, not entirely sure how this fragrance oil is going to act because it is a new one. I would like to just experiment a little bit, see how it does. Great, we've got that added in. Now I'm going to do a different one first. I'm going to do my neon orange first. And I'm also going to add in my fragrance. Measure that out. Everything looks good so far. I'm going to start blending by hand. Okay, all right. So far, good, so good. No ricing, no acceleration. At least not so far. Sometimes it accelerates a little bit down the road. All right, I'm feeling pretty safe to stick blend. I'm going to try to get this to a medium trace because I am going to texture it a lot. A lot. Okay, this is acting beautifully. Happy to see it. All right, let's get our mold out so we can pour this in. Do you need a little bit of help covering your daily coffee, Amazon shopping, beauty hauls? Well, that is where today's sponsor comes in. Today's sponsor is Mistplay. Mistplay is a loyalty app for mobile gamers. You can earn rewards by simply opening and playing mobile games of all different varieties. They have arcade, puzzle, adventures, and the best part is you get rewarded just for playing. What are the rewards? Well, I'll tell you. You can get gift cards for Amazon, Walmart, Visa, and more. Over $100 million in gift cards has already been redeemed. And I have actually had a lot of fun playing one particular game. Caleb has like 3 he likes to play, but the one that I love is Cooking Diary. You make little food and you give it to the customers, and then you get to upgrade your little restaurants and put decorations in there. It's so cute and fun. Like, look at my little cooking girl. She's so cute. And my pet is a little black panther. And it's literally that easy. I play that game every day and I get points just for playing. And redeeming the points is super, super easy. So if you're ready to join me and start getting rewarded for your mobile gaming, you can go to mistplay.com/soap or click the link in the description to download Mistplay for free. And if you sign up today, you will get 200 bonus points right off the bat. Plus, you can use my special code within the app to get an extra 100 bonus points. You can see the full description for details. Don't forget to use my code. It is a great head start to getting all of those points so that you can get a reward. Let us get gaming together. Thank you so much to Mistplay for sponsoring today's video, and let us get back into our crafting. I am going to pour in the whole entire thing. It's setting up at a pretty good rate. Scrape every little bit out because I'm actually going to use this bucket for another color later down the road. I like to save dishes when I can, you know what I mean? Okay, get that all scooched around so that everybody gets some. Okay, let's use this spatula. I'm gonna try to scoot a lot of it off to the side. I'll just put it that way. Maybe about like this. I'm kind of taking a note of where each loaf is going to be, and I'm just scooting it. This does not have to be perfect. It's not gonna be the same every time. It's just going to show like some variance in our little corals here. This one I'm gonna do kind of a lot so that I can see which one I end up liking more. Okay, awesome. A little more on this side, a little less on others, no big deal. Now I'm going to take some Aztec gold. You can see what it looks like. Super, super pretty. And then I'm just going to lightly dust the top like so. I know it looks brown. I promise it's a little more goldy in person. This is going to help create a little bit of delineation between each of my little coral layers here. I'm only going to have 2 of them, but I want them to be very stark. I want them to very much be like, wow, okay, these are 2 different formations. Excellent. Okay, let's mix up round number 2. I don't do a lot of like sculpted layers in soap, but this one has 2 sculpted layers and it has a ton, and I mean a ton of embeds. Gonna go ahead and pour our fragrance in, and then I am going to stick blend this now that I've already tested it and know that it's gonna work fine. So now I can plop that into the odd spaces here, like right here. Just plopping it right in. I am not making this layer go all the way across. It is going to sit on its own, stacked up right on top of the other and in the cracks here. Now, will there be some air bubbles? Maybe, but probably not, because any air bubbles that are exposed here on the top, I'm going to take care of those with the next layer. All right, let's get a little bit more gold on top here. Gonna tap that all on top. I cannot wait to pour the next layer over this because it's just gonna fill everything in and make it look super good. Beautiful. All right, let's mix up that last layer. Okay, so obviously I've been working on this soap for a long time, so my batter's thickening up just a little, not a ton, totally workable still. Okay, and then I am gonna swirl this in by hand just to help save me some time. This is supposed to look kind of lagoon-like. It's a bit different than our seashell girl soap. This is a little more blue-green instead of just straight blue. Like I said, I'm really going for like Polynesian islands, Fiji, Tahiti, Cook Islands. Water there is a little more kind of bluey green, kind of turquoisey. Mix in my fragrance oil by hand so I have plenty of working time. This is looking so good. It's gonna make the swirl look even better. Okay, fully incorporated so I can pour now. You can see it's just a shade or 2 lighter. I am gonna pour all this in. Normally I would leave an accent, but believe me, with all the embeds we're putting on this, you probably won't even be able to see the top. All right, let's get this into every crack and crevice. I am just going to pour on the side here, let it kind of go over. I'm gonna start over here now. That kind of go over. My main thing here is I want to make sure that these big crevices are being filled. So I'm pouring directly into the places that would fill them. And y'all know normally I break things with a spatula, but this soap is so hard at this point, it doesn't actually need that. That's it. That layer is completely covered now. I'm gonna get the rest of this in as fast as I can, scrapey my big container, and then I'm going to tap this down on the ground really hard to try to get into all those cracks and crevices. Okay, I had a little bit of oil left in here. Let's put that on top just for funsies. Beautiful. Let's scoot y'all out. We have some miniature pieces of coral. We have some piped pieces of coral. And we have various and sundry succulents using the Wilton succulent mold that I have colored all these different colors to represent like an animated coral reef. And I just thought this is going to be the coolest addition to this soap and a really good use of this mold. I'm going to start by placing in my largest embeds first, and then I'm going to fill in the gaps with my smaller embeds. Now, if these get cut, that is not a big deal to me. In fact, when I designed the soap that you can see here, I actually showed some being cut. So that's not going to be a problem. Put some yellow ones on there. This entire collection has really been a labor of love. It has taken so much time, especially for these embeds, and I just hope that y'all love it. Okay, maybe put some big orange ones over here. I'm pushing them in pretty good because I really would hate to see these pop off when I cut tomorrow. Get some of these big guys on. Awesome. Okay, so now let's do some of the little corals. Some of these pieces here. These are even more textured. Just kind of placing them randomly all around our soap here. Every single bar is going to have multiple different types. Perfect. And now for my little piped embeds. They're so cute. And I said, let's use all different types of piping tips. I want to use all different types of colors. We're going to make this the most colorful, the most fun soap. I'm going to put all these together. That'll look cool. Here are some little flowers that have been piped with the Russian piping tips. That is so cool. I'm going to put these three next to each other because they just look good. This is gonna photograph so beautifully. I cannot wait to take the pictures. Now I'm gonna fit in some of these little skinny pieces that were literally made exactly for this purpose, where I couldn't fit any more of the bigger ones. Okay, I'm gonna place one more little dollop right here, and we're gonna call that good. I'm going to spritz the entire thing with rubbing alcohol to protect all of those little embeds. I am so delighted. This looks so good. Wow. Let me zoom y'all in. Just take a look at the top of this. Can you see little fishies glubbing around? I know I can. This is delightful. I cannot wait to cut into this tomorrow and see what it looks like on the inside after this quick commercial break. Would y'all just look at this? Ugh, I'm so obsessed. Also, don't worry, my fingernails aren't dirty. They have mica underneath them, and I need to wash the mica off. Because there are so many, I am gonna turn this on the side, and I have already learned something from this batch. Let's press down. Okay, so this is what the inside looks like, and I really, really, really love this bar. In fact, I'm tailoring all the other soaps to look more like this because I had some of them where the purple was in the middle, and I didn't like that as much. I kind of wanted it to look like this purple was building on top of the orange. I also decided I wanted the orange to be a little more potent because the rest of the bar is really potent, so I'd say it's going to look more like this in the future, but the blue is going to be even bluer. So basically, because all of my pretty embeds on top are very vibrant, I felt like this was a little bit muted. So we're gonna beef that up. But as far as like the general amount of embeds on top, how they look when they're cut, I'm really pleased with all that. So I'm not gonna change any of it. I also really like, I just really like the way that looks. I also did decide to do a very, very light colored glitter. I liked the look of the glitter afterwards. I just had to keep staring at it to make sure it's what I wanted. I just wanted something very light and nothing too dark that would detract, but these absolutely are doing everything for me. Also, I'm going to put on the screen now the coral reef emoji and tell me that this is not the same vibe. These are the prettiest bars stacked up next to each other. I cannot wait for you guys to get these in your bathrooms for summer. Question of the day, which soap is your favorite from this collection so far? Because you guys know I love to design things that you guys really enjoy. Looking at the tops of these bars will never get old because each one is so unique and they are so pretty. The glitter looks perfect. I'm obsessed. Y'all know I turn like full mermaid ocean girly in the summer. I'm actually like that all the time, but I really get to indulge in the summer because I have a pool in the backyard and because Texas gets so blasted hot. These will be available this Friday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, royaltysoaps.com. Along with the rest of the Island Vibes collection, we have one more soap to go, so I will see y'all Friday. Be sure you do something fun for yourself today, like going swimming with your besties or trying out a new flavor of drink at your local drink shop. I don't really care what you do, just do something for you. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Meow.